Join me as I dive into the ultimate showdown to see who comes out on top, Godzilla or King Kong. Today we're diving into one of the most debated matchups in cinema history. These titans have captivated audiences and we're here to settle the score. The challenge lies in determining who is supreme, the atomic-powered Godzilla or the mighty Kong with his brutal strength. The king of the monsters, Godzilla, has been a force of nature since the 1950s with his incredible size, strength, and atomic breath. Kong, on the other hand, has been the ruler of Skull Island since the 1930s with his impressive physical strength and agility. We need to consider each monster's strengths and weaknesses to make an informed decision. Godzilla's atomic breath is his most powerful weapon, capable of destroying cities and defeating his enemies. His size and strength can also be a liability, making him slower and weak to attacks. Kong has incredible strength, and he can use his speed and agility to outmaneuver his opponents. His weakness lies on being too emotional, which can sometimes cloud his judgment. In terms of their fighting styles, Godzilla relies heavily on his atomic powers, using his breath to blast his opponents into oblivion. Kong, on the other hand, uses his physical strength and agility to take down his enemies. Both monsters have their own unique strategies, making it difficult to determine who would come out on top in a battle. We also need to consider their past battles and experiences, as these can give us valuable insight into their strengths and weaknesses. Godzilla has fought against some of the most powerful monsters in the franchise, including Mothra and Mechagodzilla. Kong, on the other hand, has battled against a range of opponents from giant snakes to giant spiders. Each of these battles have taught us something new about these monsters and their capabilities. We'll analyze their abilities, past battles, and what makes each monster unique. From Godzilla's devastating atomic breath to Kong's agility and intelligence, we'll cover all bases. One of the most significant differences between the two monsters is their motivation. Godzilla is often depicted as a force of nature, driven by instinct and a desire to destroy. Kong, on the other hand, is often portrayed as a more emotional and sympathetic character, driven by a desire to protect and survive. In terms of intelligence, Kong is often depicted as the more intelligent of the two, able to use tools and strategies to outsmart his opponents. Godzilla, on the other hand, is often portrayed as a more primal creature, relying more on his instinct and brute strength to get the job done. However, this doesn't mean that Godzilla is incapable of intelligence and strategy, as he has been known to use his atomic breath in clever and calculated ways. Let's reveal the ultimate moment of truth, a hypothetical battle scenario where both creatures face off. Who gets the upper hand and why? The battle will likely take place in an urban environment, with Godzilla using his atomic breath to blast Kong and destroy the city around him. Kong, using his agility and strength, would attempt to dodge Godzilla's attacks and find a way to get close to him. As the battle rages on, Kong would likely use his intelligence to find a weakness in Godzilla's defense. He might try to use his speed and agility to outmaneuver Godzilla, getting behind him and using his incredible strength to take him down. Godzilla, however, would likely use his atomic breath to blast Kong and keep him at bay. In the end, it's difficult to say who would come out on top in this battle. Both monsters have their own unique strengths and weaknesses, making it a closely contested fight. However, if I had to give a slight edge to one of them, Godzilla has the upper hand, especially considering the Monsterverse version of Godzilla, where he's slimmer and faster. In summary, both Godzilla and King Kong have their own merits and fan bases. While one may seem superior, the true winner might depend on the perspective of the fans. It's ultimately up to us to decide who reigns supreme in this epic showdown. What's your opinion? Let us know your winner in the comments below.